in America, attorney and one co-panelist was a rather self-important and pompous professor at law. And of course, as you know, on these panels, unfortunately, people encroach on each other's time. By the time it got to the professor, the chair turned to him and said, "Professor, please keep what you have to say to just 6 minutes." Professor huffed up his chest and said, "How can I possibly share all my knowledge with you? Just 6 minutes." The chair said, "Professor, speak slowly, speak slow." Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to talk about the Chartered Institute's Business Arbitration Scheme. Reason for that is that the EU Pakistani chapter, the branch, will be establishing a similar scheme to that which we run in London. Let me first give you a little bit of context. In the UK and globally, there are many different types of arbitration schemes. There are many which are administered by institutions such as the ICC, the LCIA, and C8 in Singapore. You then have ad hoc arbitration schemes which have their own goals. These are institutional schemes such as London Maritime Arbitration Association, the Singapore Rubber Exchange, and of course the Chartered Institute's own Business Arbitration Scheme. The disadvantages, the big institutional schemes that are around, and it's think of it carriers London Seaport is that they are the ad hoc schemes are usually usually based on their note sets techniques of their use themselves. And they have simply they are doing they usually are on particular sectors. The commodities, maritime, the structure of the bank that was given to success. Is ad hoc, but still is facing that tailored us. Is that firstly they are economic, but their success so relies on the appointment of the right arbitrator for the case before that arbitrator. So, for example, in the maritime world, before the London Maritime Arbitration Association, the appointment for arbitrators comes from a group of arbitrators who are well experienced in the maritime world. And similarly, construction type of arbitrations around the world, the people who are appointed as arbitrators are well versed in the construction industry. But the one thing that is critical to that is common to all these schemes is that the arbitrators must be appropriately qualified. And it is one of the jobs of the CIR to provide that sort of qualification. And the second point is that the pool of arbitrators must be diverse. It must come from a pool which is broad in gender and age as well as experience. It should not be a sort of old boys club. So let me tell you to the business and arbitration scheme that we run in London and which we hope will be implemented here in Pakistan. The first thing I'd like to say about this particular scheme that we run in London is that it is primarily aimed for small to medium-sized claims which range on about 5,000 English pounds to 100,000 English pounds. The fee is fixed so the users know exactly how much they will have to spend, and the fee is fixed at a very economic rate. The speed with which the process is undertaken is to be commended. 90 days from the time of filing the arbitration to the rendering of the award. And pleadings and witness statements are limited to just 5 counsel words. The appointment of the arbitrator is made by, some cases, president or sometimes chair, such as myself, of the institute. So, for example, last night I received an email from London in a very complex construction case was less than £100,000, and I was provided with 5 names of arbitrators and their signatures, and it was my job to go through those and store what to find which of those arbitrators would be most suitable to dealing with the case he had. And so I reviewed their CVs. We have 5 different arbitrators in case first one finds that he or she is conflicted, and we can go through the numbers with the right arbitrator. It's found. But we have the details of their CVs and their background on the database in London, so we can ensure that the right qualified arbitrator is appointed for the job it had. So what I hope we can emulate here in Pakistan through the Chartered Institute's chapter is a similar scheme which is economic and expeditious and will provide the good way of alternative dispute resolution for the users of this scheme in Pakistan. Thank you very much.